Hello and welcome. Longtime viewers of this channel may recognize this background. I'm back in my old digs here in the garage. The weather has cooled down. It's not so hot in here, so I am back. This session got you a Wade and Butcher out of Sheffield, England, and it's a big old beefy Marlin spike. It's kind of funny. Before looking through all my grandfather's pocket knives, I had no idea what a Marlin spike was, also known as a rigger's knife or a rigging knife. And so I thought it was kind of a special, unusual thing, and now so far I've pulled out like 5 or 6 more of these guys. So it's getting a little bit normal. I haven't done any cleanup on this guy a whole lot or at all. So it is a little bit as is, coming out of the pile of pocket knives that I inherited from my grandfather. Wade and Butcher, it's kind of difficult learning much about these Sheffield, England pocket knives. When I get on the internet, it seems to discuss more about people than companies. So, it's talking about a lot of brothers, Butcher brother and William and Roger and, et cetera, et cetera. But from what I've been able to piece together, both from reading some books and from viewing comments online, the Wade and Butcher company was started in 1826 and looks to have been surviving in one form or the other until about 1959. And it made a lot of different cutlery. Seems like straight razors was the big seller for these guys, but they also made like table cutlery and at least Marlin spikes. I don't know how many pocket knives they made, but it seems like they made big old Marlin spikes like this. The condition of this guy is best described as used. It has this big old, not even fit on the frame, this big old beefy spear point main blade that, it has tarnishing from age that can be cleaned up and polished, I'm sure. Here is your Wade and Butcher tang stamp there. This main blade, though, is very loose. There's a whole lot of wobbling in there, and there's no snap at all. So that's kind of a bummer. But it is big. This whole knife is just big and beefy, and if it had a personality, I think it would kick my butt if I looked at it wrong. The other parts of it are still pretty good. This I don't know what this knife would be. And this one has a pretty massive lock and talk. There's the pull. Other than kind of some sort of jabbing spike, I don't know, because it's kind of swedged on both sides, although it's not particularly sharp. So if anybody knows what this would be for, let me know. Yeah, I don't want to push down too hard on that edge. But it's got a nice snap here. Just getting off dirt. And then, of course, the spike here is pretty good as well. Tarnished from age, just got that patina on it, but it's got a good snap. There's no, a slight wobble in there, but not nearly as bad as the main blade, and a good snap. That thing's loud. Other than that, these handles are some kind of celluloid or plastic, definitely man-made. Synthetic. I'm not sure. Looks like something may have gotten in behind the scales here, or it's some kind of a epoxy or something. And I have no idea when this guy was actually made. It's pretty hard to tell from the tang stamp. I just from the handle material, I would not think it was made before like 1940s or something, because I don't know if they had this kind of clearish plastic before that. Well, they did, but it was celluloid. This doesn't feel like celluloid. It doesn't feel like plant material. Of course, I could be wrong. Yeah, it's got interesting pins. There's some of these are recessed. Some of them kind of have stuff on them. So I'm not sure if they were all like that and they might have just fallen out over time or not. But yeah, that's a good look at that one. These ones from other countries, especially Sheffield, always kind of trip me out because back in the day it was kind of harder to move stuff around. So how it ended up in Northern California, I don't know. But they had offices in Philadelphia, I understand, and importing in New York and stuff like that. So it's not, crazy unusual. That was happening all the time. But, I live in a time when Amazon can deliver next day. And so it wasn't like that back in the day. So I always kind of think about that, what the journey these would have taken. So, anyways, hope you enjoy that big guy. And see you on the next one. Bye for now.